Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Harem Podcast. I'm your host, Alex Luby, and I'm joined, as always, by the horniest of homies to sail the seven seas, Mr. Jonathan Semrau, Anthony Luby, Luke Farnsworth, and our family of friends here that are anime characters and plushies and a blender. What's going on? It's Saturday morning. Another breakfast
we've done like
podcast.
3 in a row.
Yeah.
There's no breakfast, so it's just a morning podcast.
Well, there was. Alex fucking spilled it all over.
I'm not going to front with you guys. I kind of enjoy doing it in the morning more.
I don't. I like the evening.
You don't?
I like the evenings, yeah.
I'm not a morning person.
I'm not a morning person, but I just feel more inclined to do this in the morning.
I like the evening. I just think has a better vibe. I feel more like loose. I'm not tired at all.
It is nice leaving the office when there's daylight, though.
I like it at night. I like walking out to pitch black.
It is cool. I like both.
I don't like leaving at midnight.
I do. I think it's awesome.
I do like that, actually. I like that, too.
That is my preferred vibe.
Preferred. Yes. But I'm not
Right.
I'm not opposed to the breakfast morning podcast.
I was just going to see how long the silence would go, and it got really funny.
I was going to let it keep going, too. I actually was starting to pick hairs off my shirt.
So we have new friends.
What?
So one is Toad.
Okay,
Toad,
now hold
Toad's
the fuck
here.
on.
Here. There's Toad.
Toad's dead.
Yeah, I'm going to leave him.
He's fine. He's fine over there. And the other is the big point of drama for the episode.
He landed face down.
So remember, that's how he deserves to be. So remember how when we brought Neil and Ram was
His mistress.
Ram was his mistress. Ram was his mistress because he was cheating on his wife with her. Well, we have Neil's wife, Loretta.
Loretta?
Yeah.
It's Loretta.
What other name would fit with Neil? Who do you think Neil would marry other than Loretta?
Yeah, that's like a 1930s old couple name.
It depends. Is Neil like a redneck or like a just a suburban guy?
Neil's a salary man.
Oh, he's a salary man. I was gonna say if he was a redneck, I'd say his wife's name is Velveeta.
No, it's Loretta.
You see, the big issue at hand is Ram has pink hair and Loretta's pink, and the child is pink.
So we know it's a cat, so it has to be Neil's child, naturally. But
that's just simple genetics, Luke, of course.
Who's the mother?
But who's the mother?
Who did Neil cheat, or was he faithful?
Okay, here's the thing. Even if that is Loretta and Neil's child, Neil has still been with Ram for like 65 episodes.
And Loretta's just been out of the loop.
Yeah.
And we have him on camera with her in precarious positions.
Yeah.
Such as the one he's in now.
Loretta's here.
On top of all that, Neil's the male. So it doesn't matter if he cheated, we would know who's the fucking mother.
Yeah, we will. Well, like,
oh yeah,
yeah. So we would know.
I just forgot basic biology.
Wow.
Well, Loretta.
Well, that's the thing about Neil. His cum is so powerful that the baby comes out literally in like seconds after fertilization.
It would start to come out of someone.
But Neil won't tell who it was.
Neil's lips
technically,
are sealed.
it'd have to be Ram's daughter, son, whatever the fuck it is.
Cat.
Because Loretta wasn't even here.
But like, Neil's married to Loretta.
Yeah, what if Neil goes home at night?
But
yeah,
think about it. Why would Neil introduce us to his and Loretta's child in front of Ram?
To make her think it was hers.
He didn't. We found that one.
Imprint upon
What do you
this
mean
child.
found?
Maybe Neil like just dropped it off in a basket at the orphanage, and then boom, we stumble upon it.
Then why isn't he sweating bullets right now that we brought his child back to him?
Okay,
Because he doesn't want to spill the beans.
How about this? You know how, let's think of it like zoologists. Because we are men of science here.
Right.
We all are fans of the scientific process.
right.
And we understand. Did you say and dudes?
Sure.
And we understand how science works. Because we're scientists.
Okay.
So, in zoology, I forget what fucking animal does it, but it's some kind of bird. I think it's like a crane. Sometimes they get sad. And when they get sad, the zoo will give them a baby. And the mothers will think it is their baby. So what if Ram is like a crane?
Ram is a maid.
Ram is a maid.
But what if she's like a
and
crane?
also an ogre.
Yeah, that's a fair point. What if she has the mentality of a crane or an animal that
and
gets
then
sad?
Neil is just trying to get her to imprint on his
why would she be
false love
sad,
child.
It's just genetics. Like
But
that's just
why
how
would she be sad?
About what?
genetically. That's just how it works.
Why would she be sad
Well,
genetically?
well,
she doesn't even
you're-
remember her sister's in a coma because she doesn't even know who her sister is.
You're
so what does she have to
insinuating
be sad
that,
about?
that every we'll say crane for sake of
I don't really remember
conversation.
what bird it was, but I'm a scientist.
we'll
so.
just continue with crane.
Okay.
That's assuming every crane gets sad.
So what's the difference between humans and
Well,
depression?
it happens often enough.
What do you mean?
Not all humans have depression, but it's still a thing that
Then we
like,
can't
happens
we
to
cannot
them.
We can't just assume that she has
Ram
it.
has depression.
Ram looks kind of sad though.
No, she doesn't.
Yes,
she
she
looks like
does.
she's having the time of her life.
No, she. What?
What do you mean, what?
In no way.
She
shape,
looks
or form.
fucking terrified.
Yeah.
She looks like she's having fun.
She's screaming.
Inside.
She's screaming.
No, she's just
Enjoy.
freaked out that Loretta showed up.
Yeah. You're telling me that if you saw...
Why is Loretta upside down?
She's not.
She's not.
I thought those seashells were a bra.
No,
They
there's
are.
other
They are.
ones on the bottom.
On her back?
There's one on
No,
her
that's her
back, too.
hairpin.
That's her
a-
hairpin.
It's green. The other ones
Oh.
are purple.
Oh my god.
Yeah. She's kind of fucking creepy.
What the fuck is she?
She's a seal,
I think.
maybe
A mermaid?
a mer seal, a seal maid.
Seal maid.
Oh boy.
That's
Oh,
that's
shit.
where the fucking argument comes in. She's a seal maid and Ram's a maid.
Neil has an affinity for maids.
My guy. My guy.
Yeah. Respect.
Neil has a maid kink
Respect.
and a breeding kink
Respect.
No, Neil's just trashy.
and a pegging kink.
This is why I disrespected Neil so much. He's a two-timing piece of shit.
That
See?
was stated day one, and you did not say
What was
that.
the baby's name? Like Olive Garden? I don't remember
never
what the
named
fuck
it.
its name
We
was.
haven't even named it.
What?
yet.
No, we made a temporary name. What was it?
I don't remember. I'm gonna say the placeholder
It
is
was
Olive Garden.
Garth
Oh,
Brooks.
Garth Brooks.
I've got friends in low
There it is.
places.
All right, now that we're
Okay.
back on topic.
I was gonna placehold Olive Garden as its name.
That is Garth Brooks.
Sorry, Garth Brooks would have to have a word with you.
Sorry, Garth. Oh my god.
Yeah, tune in next week when we have Garth Brooks on the podcast.
Yeah, tune in next week when Garth Brooks sues us because we used his likeliness as the fucking pink cat that got pushed out of a man pussy from a cat making love to a maid with a seal wife surrounded by friends.
Just like the birth of Christ.
Garth Brooks is Jesus.
Like, dude, look, like with the lobster, with Apo, Cherry, and Tortuga, it's like the three wise men. Instead of gold or myrrh, they brought a gaff ball.
Murder.
They brought a gaff ball and
Corn
umaibo stick
And
and some bliss dags.
side note: Adam Knight commented. He says Sakura would be a good name for the cat.
Fuck that basic ass name.
Sakiro?
Sakura.
Oh, like
it
cherry
makes
blossom,
sense. It
okay.
makes
No
sense.
offense, Adam Knight, but it seems a bit basic.
You want to name the fucker Garth Brooks?
Yeah, that's funny as fuck. Because if we just made the headcanon, this little fuck is the Messiah. The Messiah is Garth Brooks.
We have like genuine names for everything else. Why would that be the only thing we don't have a genuine name for?
What's ingenuine about Garth Brooks?
Like literally. what's
What
it
you're
genuine?
laughing at it right now. That is what's
All in
ingenuine.
all in favor of naming the cat Garth Brooks. Raise your hand.
I'm leaving it up to the
Come
audience.
on, Garth Brooks.
I'm going to leave it to the audience,
Fuck.
too. That's one vote. There's
Damn
a
it.
couple more that we could
We
probably
got
get.
one
Fine.
Sakura.
Sakura. It's between Sakura, Garth Brooks, and maybe someone else will come out of the
Olive
woodwork.
Garden.
Olive Garden.
Why don't we just ask like Corporal or something?
Yeah, I'll send him.
Because
a
he's
picture.
weird.
Yeah, let's just
What do
see
you
what
mean,
his.
'cause he's
Well, let's
weird?
just throw Corporal's vote in the ring. Here, give me.
Just
He likes-
don't give him any of the choices we have so far. Ask him
I'm
what
just gonna
he
send
thinks.
him a picture and say, "What should I name it?"
All right, there we
I
go.
hope he says Joker.
Society.
We then have like a 4 4 names for this stupid fucking dumbass.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna send it to him. I'm going to send it
Marcus.
Yeah, get it
to Marcus.
Oh wait, Braden's been listening.
Braden has been listening. Maybe he'll catch up. He seems pretty far behind, though.
I'm gonna send it to Devin. And who else? Oh, dude. I got it. A surprise entry. I'll let you guys know when the results are in.
All right.
Okay. All right.
What should I name it?
I just said, what should I name it?
Well, while we're waiting on that, anybody do anything crazy? Anthony usually has a pretty crazy story.
Nothing like too crazy
What the literal
this week.
All right, so the podcast space is haunted.
It's not.
I
There's
think
a,
it's just someone outside.
Yeah.
there's a ghost.
Yesterday I went up to
Hold me, Garth.
I went up with Alex. He's been working on a house my cousin just bought, and he's doing some wiring. So I was helping him out. Me and Justin were up there. And we had to run wire molds, which I just found out what those were yesterday. They're just like little metal tubings that you jam wire through and stick on a wall, pretty much. So you have to run wire through those, and we were putting in boxes for outlets and stuff. And when you get to a corner, it becomes a real pain in the ass to like jam wire through 10 feet of wire mold. It's very difficult. And we have to cut them to size. And since they're made of metal, we had to use a Sawzall. And Alex's Sawzall skills are subpar at best. So he left a lot of very jagged metal edges. And we did not deburr one edge. And I was in charge of jamming the wire through that undeburred edge.
Jesus, come on.
So there was metal jamming into my fingers, and there was a lot of blood all over my fingers
Yeah.
because Alex forgot to deburr this one. So that was epic.
It was pretty. Like, I kept looking at this, like, dude, what the fuck happened to your fingers?
I told him, I'm like, they got shredded bad. They look fine now, all the blood washed off, but like, deburr your wire molds, people.
Or just metal in general.
This is a lesson from Thorpe
Yeah, and don't let Alex use
It's
the
a public
Sawzall.
service announcement, if
of
you will.
the Thorpe burger.
I swear he was going to cut his fingers off because he's holding this 11-foot piece of wire mold, a Sawzall in one hand, and his other hand holding it like 2 inches from the blade going bzzz, and then when it hits the bottom, since it's not one cohesive piece, it slides in. It starts shaking really violently, and the saw has to go through, and who knows where it's going after that. I was like, Alex is going to lose like 3 fingers tonight or at any point in
That's
time.
just how you have to cut stuff, though. You have to, like, make it sturdy on one side and go, like,
I mean, you could like put it on the floor, arch it up on your foot, keep your hand a little further back. Like,
But the blade
you
is like,
have options.
The blade is like that long, like 8.
It
10
doesn't
inches
matter
long.
how long the blade is.
'Cause you can't sawzall into the ground or the wood. You could if it was dirt, but it's not dirt.
I think you have more options than almost sawing your fingers off, personally. But that was fun.
Who's the pro here? I hang can lights.
We didn't hang any can lights.
I'm sure I could talk him into a couple. I don't want to.
Please
No.
offer your cousin. Say,
No, I don't
Alex,
want that.
Alex thinks some can lights would look good in here.
No, we were already like getting fed up because Alex forgot to buy one piece. So at 9:30 we had to run to Home Depot.
Alex
Go
didn't
buy
buy
more.
One Piece?
Sorry, dude.
Well, we couldn't-
Monkey D. Luffy would be disappointed, dude.
Sorry, Andy.
Such a fucking stupid name.
The whole show has stupid fucking names for everything.
Monkey D.
Gonna use the cock fruit to shove my dick in your ass.
That's very vulgar and visceral.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize that we were the Hello Safe Space podcast.
Yeah, we're the Hello No Trigger podcast.
Yeah, just put flash TW like really fast, but don't put a flash warning before it.
Speaking of Trigger, I'm not going to make this long, but I am upset with Trigger and things.
Why? Because Kill la Kill is their best anime they've come out with.
I don't think that, but I'm... All right, so
There's
we
some
know
rockin' tits.
there are a lot. The show is way lewder than what I had thought it was, which, I mean, I'm okay with.
Some great fucking tits in that show.
It was just, like, super lewd, and that's totally cool. That was fine. It was an awesome show.
You know, I wish they would show the nipple.
They did not.
All right,
Damn it,
Anthony.
I tried to keep
how
straight
many,
face.
How many studios worked on Darling in the Franxx? Was it
Three.
Three. It was 3.
A1 Pictures, Cloverworks, and Trigger.
And what, they each did, like...
They each
They
did like
traded off on
they-
episodes.
Every episode they traded off. Quite literally, they traded off.
Okay, we've seen that can be done good.
It's right now.
Yeah, exactly. With
If her
Right
flag
now.
breaks.
tact,
Tactile
different-
P.
Like, we can
Tac-
see
tac-
that it can be done. And they did a good job.
If her flag breaks, Blade Dance of Elementals. All the shows we love.
No, I don't think those were done by separate studios.
Yep.
I don't
But-
think.
You totally got me off track.
Sorry.
Different studios need to
can be
cooperate
done,
when they're
you
making
said.
the same show.
Oh, well, yes. And Darling in the Franxx did it good for like 18 episodes. 16 episodes.
It's because they weren't trading off every episode there. Like, they had people doing like 4 episodes at a time.
So they weren't doing like, oh, you do 1, you do 2, you do 3. It's like, you do
No,
these.
like they had like 3 at a time each. That's why it's cohesive. And then they just traded off every fucking episode for like the last 6.
Okay, so let's get to the end. That's kind of like irrelevant. But we know that it can be done. We've seen it done, even in Darling in the Franxx for an extended period of time.
Yeah.
Until we get to the end. Who did the... Well, all right, so assuming they each did 3 episodes every swap, who did the last... What was it? 8 episodes?
Last couple. I have no idea, honestly.
Hold on.
And if Trigger ended it, I've seen that they can do good endings. They can do great endings because Kill la Kill ended awesome.
It was satisfying.
It was very
It was still
satisfying.
very Trigger, but it was satisfying.
Which is fine. And they even did Aliens fine. Like, I don't give a shit if Aliens were in Darling in the Franxx. But what they fucking did to it, man. Like,
Verm.
I would like to introduce you to
The
Verm.
giant purple triangle.
Cloverworks did the first 3. So Cloverworks did the first 3. Then it was Trigger, Cloverworks, Trigger, Cloverworks, and they just traded off every other episode
all right.
until 15, 16, and 17 were all done by Cloverworks, and then 18 was A1 Pictures. And 18 was,
What was the title episode for 18?
When the Sakura Blooms.
Okay, so 16 or 17 is Days of Our Lives, isn't it?
16's Days of Our Lives.
16. So
That-
15 is where the
That's
show
the best
should have
episode in the-
ended.
Yeah, that's the best.
I think
episode in the
16
show.
was good.
honestly really like
I loved
I love
episode
Days of Our
16.
Lives.
Why would
I
you
did too.
exclude that?
I'm not saying exclude it, but I'm saying for sake of people being happy, you should have ended it at 15.
On my 3 watch throughs of
I
that
think-
show, I always get excited for that episode.
Same.
I think
I love it.
18 was my least favorite,
I forget
which
what
one was
happens
18?
in that
where they
one.
hold the wedding.
That one was kind of
I-
fucking stupid, but like
That was
Where
my
it
least
gets
favorite.
rated, yeah.
Actually,
Yeah.
A1 Pictures did one fucking episode, and then the last 6 were done by Cloverworks.
Okay, so
basically fuck Cloverworks.
here's my next question.
Essentially,
Does the manga do the same thing as the anime?
no idea.
Well,
I
it
know
came out after. Wasn't it an original first?
No,
It wasn't?
I don't think so.
So-
The manga goes past where the anime is.
what the fuck, Devin?
For
It's
so
not
long,
the
so
answer I asked for.
If the manga goes past where the anime was, then obviously it didn't end the same way in the manga as it did in the anime.
Sorry to interrupt. I asked Devin what we should name Da Baby. Now, we definitely can't show this on camera, but this was his response to me.
Oh, nice.
Just
Second off, I just want to
picture
say.
of his ass with Anthony's face on his face.
Second off, I just want to say, Alex, you're fucking wrong. It is an original work that they made, and then they made the manga after. So fucking suck it, dickhead. Take these 2 middle fingers
Actually,
out of your asshole.
that falls perfectly into what I was kind of getting at. They fucking botched the ending of this show. They do Kill la Kill in 2014, and they knock it out of the park.
That was 2014.
That was 2014.
2013, actually.
Wow.
And then in 2018, with 4 more years under their belt of making anime and being able to write original stories, they put this fucking shit ending in there. Why did they? That makes me
I
so
like that
angry.
you're only counting it as just Trigger. They
Well,
were
you said-
Gainax before that.
Okay,
The
but like
people
they
from
did the ending
that's
of
what
that
I'm
show.
saying. Well, Cloverworks did the ending of.
Cloverworks did.
Darling?
Yeah, I didn't know. Yeah, Cloverworks did. They
I
did the
just
ending.
said that.
Well,
Yeah.
then I'm assuming there was there had to have been some sort of collaboration. Like,
I
okay,
heard
well,
I heard it was a lack of collaboration.
wasn't
That's
it
what I've
budget and
heard.
stuff.
I heard it was
play?
budget and lack of communication. And the fact that Cloverworks did the last 6 episodes, we can't really blame Trigger anymore. We can blame Cloverworks for making the shitty ending.
Then I'm pissed off at Cloverworks, like really bad.
I am confused about this because I did.
Purple triangles.
Oh, this is all the
In the
different endings. That's what
sky.
I was thinking of.
This show really has a lot of like shit behind it, with a lot going on between studios.
DITF.
Yeah, you would
DTF.
3 studios working on one show. And
Yeah,
then like there's big budget issues, communication issues. Like
we could probably do a whole episode just on the lore of this fucking show.
I don't want to do that.
And not
I don't either.
I know I'm not saying we should. I'm saying we could.
Like, I fully understand when people like say they don't like the show. That's totally fine. But like, dude, if they would have done a decent ending, it would have given the show so much more like value. And they just fucking butchered it so bad. It's very upsetting to me. Just finishing Kill la Kill made me think about that.
Yeah, because that one you kind of leave, you're like, yeah, that was a good show.
Like, yeah, that was a great show.
I'm happy.
Jonathan Frakes, like, I was like, what?
I'm upset.
I really was.
Yeah, your bug.
Yeah, he's been zipping around a little bit.
He's gonna die by fire.
Whoa.
He will meet the snow shovel.
So we've got a couple names sent and submitted
What do we got?
from the fellas. Brought to you by Kindred Hydra, a.k.a. Marcus. Puff.
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 Is that it?
That's it.
Okay.
Brought to you by Cone, a.k.a. Kyle. Greg.
Okay.
Brought to you by Devin, Assman, Jesus. Which seems a bit, political.
We might as well just put him on a wheel and throw a fucking dart and just see where it lands.
So Garth Books, Greg, Puff, Jesus, Olive Garden.
Neil.
Sakura.
Are you calling Neil
Sakura.
Jr. or Sakura?
There's some combination.
Yeah. Luke, what are you reading so intently?
Oh, I'm just reading about the writers for Darling in the Franxx.
Oh.
I'm just reading up on them. And it's funny because like everything else that they've done, really fucking good. Everything but Darling in the Franxx was really good.
Like, man.
I really don't like Darling in the Franxx that much.
That's fine. Like, I totally understand why people might not. But, like, they did it really fucking dirty.
They did.
If they can do other quality shows and end things correctly, why did they have to fuck up the one show?
Yes.
I don't know. I don't know. I can't answer that.
I'm doing
know
my
you can't. No
I'm doing
one
my
can.
Verm impression.
Where's your goofy face on the whatever objects they are? Fucking Verm.
Sorry.
Hey, Nino. Well, anyway, since
Do anime of the week.
I was just about to get to
Do
that.
it. Do it now.
Do it now.
So, it's my turn for anime of the week. Oh god, I messed up my H. My anime of the week is Hyoka. Half off Curiosity. If you've seen the
Hey.
show, you'll know what that means, and if not, then I will explain it.
It's more like half off my fucking interest.
You're
Oof.
lost, bud.
So Hyoka revolves around our main character Odeki. I think he's a first year or second year at high school, and he's super lazy and doesn't like wasting energy on anything. And I believe it's mandatory for them to join a club. So he's like, okay, what club can I join that's going to require the least amount of effort and energy? So he decides to join the Classic Literature Club because who the fuck knows what that is?
Boggers.
And his sister kind of coerced him into doing it. She's like, hey, join this club. I was in this in high school. And he's like, blah, I don't care, whatever. So he joins it along with 3 other people, one of which being like one of the greatest characters I think Kyoto Animation has ever created, Chitanda Edu. She's the girl with like the long black hair and purple eyes. And she always says how she's curious about every goddamn thing you could think of. So it's pretty much just their daily life in high school. And they have to solve these like mysteries. And there's this one mystery that's been, I don't want to say haunting the club,
You just say pass
but
down.
involving the club, the Classic Literature Club, for 45 years. And they end up trying to solve that mystery. And you kind of go through that. And then there's little things here and there. And it's a really fun, interesting watch if you're into more like the mystery stuff with cute characters as well. Because Kyoto Animation just always knocks it out of the park. So that's Hyoka.
I definitely
Thanks, dude.
I get down
Welcome.
with that. That's a great recommendation.
It's Poggers.
Hyoka was a bop. and a half of a show.
What was it, like 24 episodes?
Something around there. It was, I guess, if you want to call it a 2-core, I think.
100% get behind that. I've been telling people to watch that forever.
I know, me too.
I've been trying to shove
It's
it
such a
down their throats.
bop.
It is.
And not only because it's Kyoto, just because it's really, it seems like it would be boring as fuck, but it's super interesting. But yeah, you can watch Hyoka on Funimation. It is a very good show, and you know you're in for something good just because it's KyoAni, so they always bring the heat. They always bring a very good show to the table. They've never disappointed me with anything I've watched so far. Everything from them has been a 10 out of 10, so you can expect a 10 out of 10 from Hyoka.
There's still a few KyoAni shows that I really need to watch.
They bring spice.
They do bring spice.
High
Yo.
spice.
Spice and moe.
High spice Cardi.
I don't know about you guys. This shit kind of bussin'. It doesn't really taste like lemonade.
Respectfully?
Respectfully.
I like the was this pomegranate?
That shit was
Passion fruit?
Passion fruit. Yeah.
I do like pomegranate juice,
I
actually.
like Pomu Rain Puff juice.
Pomu.
I'm going to say this in
Pol-
code so the audience doesn't know what I'm referring to. Are we going to do brown on cast at end of cast or brown later?
No,
Brown
we'll just
later.
Do it later.
And-
Brown later.
Yeah, later.
We don't want to gloop off the skizzy.
I get that reference. It's not a reference, but it's just our lingo.
I was going to say that.
Some
My
exciting.
echo's off, right? All right.
Yeah, I was checking mine too.
God,
just
what
to
if
make
it
sure.
You checked and I got like really,
Yeah.
I was like, whoa.
I don't think I've ever used mine.
I've used it like
I
twice.
kind of want to try it.
Wait, Thorpe's gonna try his echo.
I have some fun anime news.
I can't wait.
Make sure it's all the way off now.
So
It's-
exciting.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Okay.
Kaguya-sama Love is War Season 3, as we know, was announced a while ago. But we got an air date for spring of 2022. And they released a new visual teaser that is pretty much like an episode. It's long as fuck. It is 9 minutes for just a visual teaser.
Yeah, that's
That-
a lot.
That is stupid long.
I know, and it's awesome. I watched it.
Hey guys,
I'm
let's
so
release
excited.
a trailer for an episode, but it's actually just the episode.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. Everything else like that I've seen is it's always a minute and 30 seconds.
It's like a minute. There's always like cuts with transitions and text all over the place. This is like kind of just straight through. It was awesome.
It's
I watched it.
Joe, did
music.
you watch it?
And there's always a girl that's always like, Yakudes.
Yeah,
I know.
I did watch it.
Do you guys think the guys that like make like Love is War are like? Do you think they're really self-aware?
They are Chad
Oh,
as
they
fuck.
have to.
Like,
There's no way they're not.
Yeah, like
They literally made porn as an OVA.
they
like, I don't.
they pull shit all the time, and everyone's just like, "Oh, what the fuck?" And there's like, they don't mention it. It's just like, here's what's happening. It's like, okay, like, this fucking teaser is a great example of that.
Yeah, I
Mob
feel
Psycho
like
season 3 also got announced, and I didn't hear anything about that before. I'm just like, oh, it's coming, I guess.
I
I
mean,
kind of want to watch Mob Psycho,
It is
but
very good.
isn't it like kind of long?
No, it's 2 seasons, 12 episodes each.
that's it.
Oh,
That's it.
Yeah.
I thought it was way
No,
more.
Yeah, I
too.
was
Mob
under the
Psycho was
impression it
literally
was-
24 episodes total.
I thought it was 24 episode seasons.
No,
Oh fuck, that's not
no,
too bad.
it's
actually.
a fantastic show.
I've heard nothing but good things about it.
I'd like extremely highly recommend it.
I should watch that and Bebop too. Did you guys see the Netflix
Live action.
trailer for Cowboy Bebop?
I did not see the trailer.
I
live
saw a
action.
very small portion where they kind of redid the OP. Other than that, I haven't.
You want my honest opinion? I think they did pretty good with it.
People are saying that it doesn't look bad.
I thought it looked pretty good.
Impressively.
Yeah.
I was like, this looks like the best live action thing I've seen. It might still like just
No.
eat dirt.
The only live action shit that I see all the time is people make fun of Chris Pratt as Mario. That's it.
I haven't released stuff yet.
I don't think they've released anything. It's just,
wait. Is that happening?
Yeah.
you didn't see
Yeah.
the fucking Nintendo
No.
Direct? Yeah,
What?
they announced the cast for the Mario movie. Chris Pratt, hold on.
Jay,
Hold on.
Did you hear what he said? He said he's not going to do an Italian accent because he wants Mario to be normal.
Yeah, he said, and I quote, I want Mario to sound normal.
That has to be a bit.
No, I think Cone confirmed it. That was true. Because I asked him, like, Cone, is this fake? He's like, dude, I think that was true. Like, he actually
If
said
that is real,
He wants
my
Mario
God.
to sound normal.
Italians are not normal, I guess.
Did we not learn from the last live action Mario? We can't do this again.
I don't know, dude. We all saw the Super Mario Brothers Super Show. That was pretty fucking awesome.
When Bowser was like, "Hey, I'm fucking Bowser," like,
Why Why can't we just leave
Gay
Mario?
Luigi.
Hey, you little pussy boy, aren't you, Luigi? Yeah, Luigi.
Mario. So it's
Have we not learned?
all right. So here you go. It's not live action; it's animated. But these are the voice actors.
But why?
Chris Pratt's Mario. Charlie Day is Luigi. Jack Black is Bowser. Seth Rogen is Donkey Kong, and Keegan Michael Key is Toad.
Oh, that's actually good.
Oh, Fred Armisen is Cranky Kong.
Who's Fred Armisen?
He's the dude from Saturday Night Live, and he was in Portland, I think is what the show he had was called.
I don't know who he
He's
is.
like, okay.
He's a nobody.
Of the things you just named, Key playing Toad is really fucking
It's really funny. And do you know the only complaint everyone has is they're wondering why they chose Chris Pratt to be Mario. That's it.
Who do you
No
think
one-
should be Mario?
I don't know. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Who the fuck would I have be Mario first off?
Who's the main character in The Sopranos? What's that guy?
Tony Soprano.
Should we get Tony Soprano to be Mario?
I was going to say Joe Pesci.
Joe Pesci would be awesome.
That would be a
Pesci is
Joe
Mario.
Pesci
good
Mario
one.
would be pretty good.
What if we
you don't
did-
talk to me like that, Luigi. I'll fucking knock your kneecaps
What
backwards.
if it was Joe Pesci and the other guy that was in Home Alone who played Luigi? Like those
bald
two
guy?
played the Mario Brothers.
the wet
The
bandits?
Bandits?
The wet
Like bandits, they turned all the fucking faucets
I
on.
think Mario should be voiced by Morgan Freeman.
We have to go save the princess.
Luigi. Why Morgan Freeman? Hold on,
What if
wait.
it was Neil deGrasse Tyson and just randomly started going to like space talk?
Why would Neil deGrasse Tyson do that?
He just gets excited about everything. I think it'd be interesting.
So Neil deGrasse Tyson is Luigi and Morgan Freeman is Mario.
Yeah,
That'd be like
That's a
the
stellar
weirdest adventure ever.
that is a stellar cast. I get
Dude,
it.
that adventure, I would go on that
All right,
adventure.
all right. The Mario Brothers played by Mario as Robert De Niro and Luigi played by Joe Pesci.
Or Joe Rogan.
That fits their classic theme. Any movie
already
Joe
have Seth
Pesci and De
Rogen.
Niro or oh god.
Can have the Rogan
Why
brothers.
did they put Seth Rogen in it?
He's Donkey Kong.
He's also not funny.
So imagine what Donkey Kong comes in. He goes
Luke, what was the other one? Kinky Kong or whatever?
Cranky Kong. Cranky Kong, dude. You don't know who Cranky Kong is?
No.
It's Donkey Kong's grandpa.
He's got a beard and a cane.
He's got a beard and a cane. He's always really cranky. That's why his name's Cranky Kong.
The only monkeys I
Was
fucked
he
with was
born
Super Monkey
cranky?
Ball.
What?
Was he born cranky?
Probably.
Probably.
So, like a newborn child, like, hey, this motherfucker's
I don't
cranky as
fucking
shit.
know, dude. It's monkeys. You don't think anyone gives a shit? No one's reading into the lore of Donkey Kong like
I mean,
that.
obviously,
Nobody
someone
gives
is.
a fuck about Donkey Kong.
I'm just saying.
Stupid.
It's fine. Donkey Kong Country is fine.
He gets up, he's like, ooh, my bananas. And then he goes and he runs
He
after
goes,
him.
oh no, that darn crocodile stole my nanners again. And then he goes and fucking shoots out of a goddamn barrel cannon.
And then the alligator with the jetpack steals the bananas and his son.
And then uses his pirate ship to shoot cannonballs.
So you know the lore is fine, perfect, and sensible.
I love
Well, you know,
explaining
I-
anything with like an actually cohesive plot if you know it so badly. It makes no fucking
Well, also, I
sense.
was gonna say, like, just I know the Donkey Kong, like, I know what happens in the games. I know. I don't think I've ever taken the time to say what happens like that. And now I realize it's a little fucking stupid. Yeah, the alligator with the jetpack and his flying pirate ship go and take the bananas.
As he shoots cannonballs at a monkey that lives in a fucking tree because he wanted the bananas even though they're not worth anything. They live in a fucking jungle. What's he gonna buy?
What does Donkey Kong need 50,000 bananas for? He can't eat all those even if he lived 1,000 years or 100 years. That's too many bananas.
He would die.
He would get
He
potassium
would get
poisoning.
potassium poisoning and die because he's a monkey and he can't go to the hospital.
Well, monkeys are bigger than people, especially Donkey Kong. He's like really big, so I feel like he could. eat a lot.
Gorillas are bigger than people.
Well, have you seen Donkey Kong? He's enormous.
Yeah, I know.
What is Donkey Kong's
But monkeys
scale?
specifically are very small.
Okay, well we're going off Donkey Kong. He's
Look
large.
up the K rule scale.
I'm thinking with how big he is, he could intake a lot more potassium than the average person.
Generally, I think he could.
He could probably like triple the amount.
Maybe. Do monkeys have a higher... do gorillas have a higher, like...
Potassium
Potassium
intake.
intake?
I don't know. What do you?
Can they take in more potassium than a human being?
I guarantee they can.
Jesus fucking Christ.
What are these Donkey Kong stats?
Yeah, I got Donkey Kong stats.
Let's hear them.
He's a fucking Chad. Also, whoever wrote this wiki page, kudos to you. I'm going to read it exactly how it's laid out. Sex, male. Height, 7'10" on his back feet, 6'1" on his knuckles.
Okay, so yeah, I guarantee this motherfucker can
Weight.
have more potassium.
800 pounds. Alignment, chaotic good. Hold on.
Is he making a D&D character?
I don't know.
This is my D&D character, Donkey Kong.
Powers and abilities, super physique. Donkey Kong is very strong. That rhymed. Okay.
Dude, King K. Rool has him beat bad.
How bad?
King K. Rool, age unknown, height 8 foot, weight 1 ton, occupation king, can change identities, owns a large galleon, rather fast, can conjure powerful spells with the crystal banana.
And you want to tell me these motherfuckers can only intake the amount of potassium the normal person can? Get the fuck out of here.
Donkey Kong and K. Rool are like Donkey Kong's actually taller than K. Rool.
No, he's not.
No, he isn't.
Would
K.
you
Rool's
like
He's
the-
8'1" on
For
his back
some
feet.
No,
reason-
Donkey Kong was 7.
Or 7'1".
He was
Oh,
7'1".
you're right.
King K.
Oh.
Rool's 8 foot and 2,000 pounds.
And Donkey Kong's 800 pounds. Oh.
How does Donkey Kong ever win?
Okay, here's the real
shouldn't.
question: why does K. Rool want the bananas? He's an alligator.
Bro, he's 2,000 pounds and 8 feet tall. He's got to eat something.
Why doesn't he just eat the fucking gorilla?
Because he uses his magic using the crystal banana, and I think
Bananas-
it's powered by bananas.
Bananas don't put up a fight.
It doesn't
fair.
matter. No one's going to put up a fight against that.
He could eat Diddy Kong. He's just a child.
Well, Diddy Kong's going to run. Like, a lion eats a gazelle easy as fuck, but he's still got to chase that shit. Banana just sits there and gets ate.
I'm glad that we
Yeah,
went here.
but a banana just provides like some nutrients.
Not
I feel like
50,000 bananas.
All right, while we're at this, this also has stats for
This is
Wario
good.
for some reason.
Okay, yeah. Tell me the Mario stats.
Wario is 45 years old. He's 5'9", 308 pounds.
What a king. He's on some king shit.
Occupation, treasure hunter and company chairman. Owns WarioWare Inc. Can transform into the powerful Wario Man. Not fond of pirates, Mario's rival.
I'm gonna turn you guys off for a second, just because this is for some reason very off-putting. Toad.
Oh yeah, Toad's fucking whack.
Toad is 32 years old. He's a man. He is 1 foot 4 inches and he weighs 14 pounds. How are you 1 pound? How are you 1 foot 4 inches and you only weigh 14 pounds? Like that's
Well, cats
he's
are
a
like
fucking mushroom.
cats are like a foot.
no, actually.
That's a hat. That's a hat.
The mushroom's a hat.
Yes, they canonically prove that in the Super
He
Mario
takes it
Brothers
off.
Super Show. He takes the hat off.
Does he have ears?
No,
Hair?
he's smooth.
Here, I'll show you Toad without hat.
Yeah, hold on. Let me see if I can find Toad without hat.
There it is in the Super Mario Brothers Super Show.
He does have hair.
He has 3 little pluffs.
I would say he has a full head of hair, but he's got
There
hair.
he is.
He's got like 3 strands of hair.
Yeah.
He takes it off in the show. Like in the show, it's not part of his head.
He looks like a gnat.
He does. He looks
There it
ugly.
is from the fucking show. He just takes it off. He's talking to Mario about the princess getting kidnapped or something. And he's like, and he just like, it makes a pop noise. She's like, fucking takes it off his head.
So it's pretty secure to his dome.
It's also fucking.
Oh, he
Nice
came
one,
back.
Toad. Nice one, Toad.
If you love something, set it free. And if it comes back, it's yours. And he came back.
I guess
Then
he's
burn it at the stake. Get away from Ruby, you
He's
fuck.
trying to look up
He's
Ruby's
looking up her
skirt.
skirt.
Dude, he's a fucking
Toad, put your
pervert.
phone away.
Toad's a fucking pervert.
Toad will mate with Ruby. She will not survive the breeding.
Then they'd have their child, Tubi.
Road.
2B?
No, road.
I like 2B better. Then we can move.
I
into
don't like to really know that Tubi is the love child of Ruby and Toad. That kind of makes me
I
queasy.
kind of like it a lot, personally.
Kind of makes me
Wait,
queasy.
isn't Tubi that weird television channel?
No,
Yeah.
TUBI?
Yeah.
never heard of it.
No, he's right. I don't know if it's a channel. Maybe it's like I think it's like a
Streaming service?
something. Yeah.
I was thinking
It's a
Tubi
movie
from
streaming
Android.
service.
Yeah, from like near.
Yeah, there it is. Movie streaming service and TV shows online. Tubi.
Alright.
Yeah, there's random shit that I know about.
Yeah. And what else do you, Anthony? What else do you have in that archive?
I wanted to talk about the shit show that Netflix is currently.
Performing.
Yes,
It's currently seeing
sure. We have to see it.
Whatever you want to call it.
What is it?
Fortnite.
So with
What?
nothing with
So-
Fortnite.
Okay, good.
Komi-san came out in America and everywhere else
Uh-huh.
Thursday.
Cool.
Thursday.
Yeah,
And when it came out, people were like, what the fuck is this? So in Komi, a lot of it's not spoken. There's not a lot of words because that's the point of the show. So there's a lot written like on the screen. There's just text on the screen. Netflix didn't translate any of it.
like a lot of it was just missed
So,
by Netflix since Netflix got the rights to Komi-san. Whoever was translating or whatever team they had in charge of translating just completely botched a ton of the fucking things on the board. So if you go back, you compare it.
That's what I sent a screenshot of Thursday.
Yeah,
Yesterday
that was
something?
I was
yesterday. That
I was either
yesterday.
at work
Where,
or
like, you-
practice.
I don't know if you
see
ever
it.
opened the chat, but like it's literally a picture side by side of a fan dub versus or fan sub versus the show itself. Literally, like the whole text of the show is just all in Japanese.
It's not even that they botched it. It's just that they neglected
They didn't even
to
do
it.
Yeah, and that's just pure laziness.
Absolutely. I mean, yeah, like Luke said yesterday, that's just Netflix being Netflix because they think they're like, yeah, we're fucking Netflix. We own it. We're the best.
This billion-dollar company attempting to break into a market that could get them potentially more money, and they go and fuck it up pretty bad, especially for such a highly anticipated show.
It makes me want to watch it illegally now.
I know. Me
It
too.
makes me
Truly.
like I want to support.
We'd be up to episode 3 if we watched it legally now.
Who says that's a bad thing?
That's what I'm saying. We'd
2 episodes in one night.
Yeah, I like want to support the studios and like everything and all the people who put in the work to it, and like not pirate. But holy shit, man! If you're leaving out that much information, like
Yeah, and that was like a big fucking wall of text too. There had to be
It was like
10
every regret Tadano had
It was
from
like-
his past.
there were like 10 to 15 different things to read on the screen that were not there. It was literally just his like internal monologue. It's like, I used to be boring. And then there's like a whole fucking dictionary on the screen and you can't read any of it because we're weebs and we can't read Japanese.
or in general.
No, you can, fucker. Don't lie.
Yeah, I thought that's like
That's what I thought.
that's just sheer laziness.
Yeah, that's what I said. I'm like, dude, if Funimation had their hands on this, that would have been the Iliad of books because
We
they
even
just
had-
love every.
If Funimation had it would,
Funimation
half the
was-
screen wouldn't have been visible because it would have been the big black boxes they like to put that are
Funimation will
not
take
fucking
a
translucent.
sign in the background that has nothing to do with the plot and
That
just
is kinda their
translate
shit.
it.
Yeah, but they'll also take a sign that's in the background and then the fucking subtitles don't show up. You just get to see what that sign says while they talk over it.
I'm a big fan of that, actually.
I
Like, the
know.
characters are having a conversation in the background. It just says eggs. Like, for
It just says, and then at the bottom it just says eggs, but you don't know what the fuck the characters are saying.
Yup.
You only know that it says eggs.
Oh, Mizukani Udon in the background.
that's
I wonder what
kind of
they
their
sound.
shit. It's
Yeah.
pretty awesome.
Komi even had a big delay. Was it 2 or 4 weeks?
What?
The delay.
Did it have a delay?
What
It
delay?
aired. Komi aired in Japan way
It was
before
a
it aired here.
2-week delay.
Okay, so yes, there was a 2-week
And it wasn't
delay.
a delay. That's how Netflix does things. That's
fucking-
how it.
Well,
That's how
either
like,
way,
always
they
is.
had more time to translate, and they just did not at all.
'Cause Netflix just sucks.
I don't like Netflix.
I
don't
hate
either.
Netflix.
We like Hulu better.
Yeah. Netflix is just objectively the worst streaming service.
It is. I remember when it used to be the shit.
We've been in the juice business for 75 years.
Like, Netflix used to be the shit like 5 years ago.
That's because Netflix not only just completely destroyed Blockbuster, so they were the only streaming service ever, they actually gave a shit about the people that were doing anything because they needed to make a name for themselves.
Yeah, now that they're like the biggest, they can kind of just fuck around and do whatever
Yeah,
they
They've
like,
already
oh,
got a name. Who cares?
We're a meme for sex. We can do anything we want.
Are you still watching?
It's like Netflix. Haha, we put out 45 different fucking movies that all goddamn suck dick, and then we put out Squid Game, but everyone loves us because we put that out.
I don't know. Some of the movies aren't bad.
Netflix.
Some of the movies aren't as bad as people.
They've made like an asinine amount of money off of Squid Game.
Squid Game is insane.
I haven't watched it.
I've
I
watched
probably won't watch it.
Okay, well,
but-
oh,
I
one and a
actually
half or
enjoy it.
two.
this is my question.
Yeah.
How exactly did Netflix, if 10,000 people who are subscribed to Netflix watch one show and it only gets like 10,000 views versus the amount of people who are subscribed to Netflix and watch Squid Game, how does that make Squid Game like so much more profitable? If all those people are still subscribed, Netflix is still making money off the millions of people who were subscribed not watching said movie who got 10,000.
Let's find out.
And they don't have ads. So how can that one movie make Netflix so much
I'll
more
tell
money?
you right now.
It's like asking how any streaming service makes money.
Well, I know
I
how
don't
they
know- I
make.
don't know how to tell you the answer.
Yeah, like so theoretically, like Squid Game didn't make them a shit ton of more, unless it brought in a ton of new subscribers, which is totally possible.
Mhm.
But either way, they can release jack shit.
I
and not get
did.
any views.
I did see
Yeah,
a thing
they make the
yesterday that
exact same
said
amount.
they made a couple. Look, hold on.
Like they gained a number of subscribers because of Squid Game.
hmm
That makes sense, but I get what Anthony's saying. Like if you have, say, you have 100 subscribers and 100 of those subscribers watch Squid Game, you're not making
According
any
to
more money.
Netflix internal document reviewed by Bloomberg, Squid Game generated $891 million in impact values.
I don't know how streaming services make money.
Yeah.
It's like asking me how YouTube makes money. I don't fucking actually know. You pay for YouTube Red, they're losing money on advertisements.
And YouTube Red wasn't even a thing like 10 years ago.
Exactly.
Red wasn't a thing. Like
And they
fucking
also
2
didn't
years
put
ago.
ads everywhere 10
Mhm.
years ago.
Yeah.
So how the fuck were they making money then? I have no goddamn clue.
I don't know. That's interesting.
I've got zero idea how streaming services make money.
I'm not sure.
I can say that I know why they don't stream at higher quality than 1080p.
Why?
So the cost that it would take to run servers that would run like even 2K would cost almost 4 times as much as it costs them now to hold servers.
Holy
Because
shit.
you need to increase processing power because you have to transfer the data. So the data is way, way higher
Mhm.
because it increases, I think, exponentially.
It's a lot more money just for 2K.
Yeah, or maybe that was 4K. It was something like crazy. Like it increases an insane amount of money to stream at higher quality.
I'll just stick to my 4K Rambalock videos walking around Japan.
So I have to say, but that's a video. They're not streaming it then.
Yeah, I know.
I don't,
Okay.
I don't gotta pay for those.
So-
yeah, I don't got to pay for that shit.
Interjection. So there are a couple ways that Netflix makes their money. Well, really only like 2. But so one is obviously the subscriber thing.
Mhm.
So they made that 891 million, I think is what I said,
Mhm.
off of Squid Game, like internationally. So that's not just money they made here, that's money they made from all over the world by gaining new subscribers. And in some other countries, America being one that they don't do this in between episodes, Netflix does show an ad sometimes.
Even with a paid subscription?
Yeah. So I just saw in India, in between some episodes of some shows, they show ads.
Interesting.
So they made all that money based on those two things.
So like some ad revenue and new subscribers.
Yeah. I mean, that makes the most sense.
But they're basing off that made them, like that Squid Game made them all that money based on the amount of new subscribers whose first show they watched was
Mhm.
Squid Game.
Huh.
So
Okay, that makes sense. That makes perfect sense.
Just make me remember
get
how
it
we
now.
had like our Netflix recommendation episode a while back.
Yeah.
My new recommendation is don't use Netflix.
Yeah.
yeah, that's a
definitely.
good one.
There's my new
I like that
recommendation. I have an
recommendation.
update, an amends to that.
I would
don't
also-
use Netflix.
I would also like to make a PSA about Squid Game. If you haven't watched it yet, don't. Not because I think it's inherently a bad show, because I haven't watched it yet. but we need to stand away from peer pressure. I haven't watched it, and neither will you.
Has anyone here watched it?
No.
Actually,
No.
Tippy.
I've watched an episode and a half.
Alex is a slave to the man. He gets
Sheep.
down with the advertisement. He is what we call a sheep. Stay away from the sheeple. Think for yourself. Step out of line. Ask questions.
This is like the Filthy Frank show.
Except
We hate everyone.
we're not even,
It's like the Filthy Frank episode, except we're not as successful, not as funny. We aren't nearly as fucking pushing the line of what is okay to say.
we're not eating hair cake.
We're not stepping on glass and getting beat by fucking vegetables.
Or pimping out wheelchairs. Yet.
Yet. That was an
Yet.
Invacare wheelchair, and I worked there.
Luke has the hookup.
Was it?
Yes, that
No
was an
shit.
Invacare wheelchair.
Whoa.
Luke was in the game.
Yo, I work in a hospital in a wound center, and some of the people that come in need wheelchairs and stuff. And we had this one person come in a wheelchair. There's a duck under the table. And I she pushed the fucking stick forward. This thing fucking moved.
Uh-huh.
It fucking rolled. Like, I had to pretty briskly speed walk to keep up.
Yeah, those things can go pretty fast.
Those things roll.
Luke, could I mod a scooter and get it to go 20 miles
Didn't you
an
say
hour?
you could turn off the
So I turned off the cap for the the voltage that could be pushed through because you have to. It was a test that we had to do to make sure that something was working. I can't remember what it was. So I had to turn off whatever would stop the max speed at, and I think I hit 18 miles an hour or something like that. I went. You couldn't control it. It was uncontrollable. There's not a doubt in my mind.
that
One
wheelbase
swift
is
push
too
to the
small.
left and you're rolling.
Dude, that
Yeah.
wheelbase is way too small. You cannot turn.
What if you put slicks on it and dragged them?
A wheelie bar, some slicks.
Yeah.
a wheelie bar?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's got $3,000 to drop on a wheelchair?
To mod and then break.
And that'd be an old one.
Those things are
The
expensive.
new
They're
models are
fucking
more.
expensive as hell, dude. You have to get insurance to pay for them.
What
or
if we
else
put
you
a
pay-
Tesla battery in it?
0 to 60 in 2 seconds.
I
Yeah.
got I'll one up your used wheelchair with things that are absurdly priced for no fucking reason. Well, actually, I think that's actually a fair price for a used wheelchair.
I think 3,000. I think the new ones were going for double-digit grand,
That's not okay.
Dude, just buy a fucking car.
like
can't.
12 grand.
You
How
can't
do you
drive
drive
a car.
it?
If you want to go to a football game, you're not taking your fucking Honda Civic up into the bleachers with you.
Says you.
I kind of wish you would.
Sorry, my grandma needs the seat.
My grandma's,
You're running people over.
my grandma's a 2003 Honda Civic.
Sorry, I stepped on your foot and the wheels just parked on some guy. Aw. Was in cracking cocaine to get high. All right. Whenever you're ready, Thorpe.
Good.
What the fuck were we talking about?
It's not about the money, Spider-Man.
No, before that, we were
It
laughing
was
a good one.
we were talking about the Honda Civic.
If
and
grandma drove a
the
Honda
Oh,
bleachers.
Civic instead
fuck.
of
What
a
was my
wheelchair.
point there?
There was no
Something was
point.
expensive.
That's it. Thank you. So, your $3,000 wheelchair. So, a couple days ago, I'm at work, and they're, obviously I can't say who, what, why, but whatever. There was a wound on a person that wasn't healing, and so it needed a graft. But we weren't going to take a graft off him because we have artificial grafts and stuff. So they have these. It's a company that I can't remember the name of, but it's the cells are placental cells that they've formed into a skin graft and then dried. And so when we put it on the wound and wet it, it will absorb into the skin and then give the cells of the person's body the ability to grow over that. But one of these things, if you hold up your finger, your thumb, and look at your thumbnail, that's how big one was. That's how big it is. It comes in a box the size of the chalkboard, but it's the graft itself is the size of my thumbnail. Guess how much it costed?
43,000.
Hell no.
What?
No. I'd go 5.
Pretty good guess. It was $4,000 per graft. which is fucked. Like that is, I mean, like that's like I get why, but like that is so expensive. Yeah, it sells from like placenta.
That's quite literally like growing your body, or in some way, you know, like that's insanely complicated science stuff.
Yeah.
So the price tag makes sense.
No,
It's
the
just-
price tag does not make sense.
In what
Anything
way?
American healthcare is way inflated.
He's right. But
It is.
That's true,
drastically.
but regardless, that's an expensive thing. Like even say you got this in some country that actually got healthcare right, it'd still be an expensive product.
Probably not nearly to the extent of what.
No,
is being charged
that's
for
not
here.
that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is it's still an expensive product.
well, it's
in
made
general.
by like it's made by an independent corporation, so they get to decide what it costs.
Honda.
Yeah, Honda skin grafts.
It's their new SUV. The Honda Skin Graft.
Oh god, that'd be horrible. It's just made of skin.
Ew.
I'm still trying to think of a way to make fun of My Hero fans.
Easy, just call them.
Well, hurry up because we're about to call it. These cameras can't take much more.
They just exist. They speak for themselves.
Pedophiles.
Fucking idiots.
Ah, boy, you know what would go really good with this juice?
My Hero Academia.
Some donuts.
And some fruit. Some fruit would be nice.
It
Yeah,
would've- it
what
would've
happened
been
to the
nice.
fruit, actually? I didn't hear the story.
I wanted to make a health
salad.
conscious decision instead of getting some fried potato or donuts filled with sugar. I was like, hey, I'll bring the boys some fruit. We'll have a nice, healthy breakfast. I bring some fruit, a medley of pineapple, cantaloupe, honeydew, grapes, a single apple slice. And I'm sharing it. Alex is like, ooh, pineapple. I really want some. He takes a piece and eats it. He's like, oh, can I have some more? I'm like, yeah, sure thing. I got it for the boys. He grabs it and spills the rest of the fucking container all over the carpeted floor.
And on my shoe.
There was quite a bit of fruit left.
I had one piece of honeydew and one cantaloupe piece.
And
So
that's not
needless
the
to
only
say,
thing.
Oh, that
He
I
spilled.
am
Sucks.
hungry.
Yeah, I am too.
When Luke brought that orange juice, Alex also spilled that all over the floor.
He did spill the orange
There was still
juice.
pulp in the carpet.
What?
So Alex,
You were
is no
there.
longer-
What is the pulp rise to the top?
Actually, we found out.
We
It's
did.
like the boat of the orange juice.
Yeah, it's like a boat.
Buoyancy.
You were there. We had
Yeah, you
for
weren't
some
there.
reason our whole meme of the night is why is there pulp at the top of the
Well, it's
orange
because I went.
juice?
We had this new thing of orange juice in the fridge.
And the
I
dumbass instead of
opened it.
shaking it, just opened it.
It didn't say like extra pulp right on it. It said nowhere that there was pulp.
I
in it.
said there was extra pulp when I brought it.
Yeah, it said it on
No,
the
you
jug.
didn't bring it. It was in my fridge.
Oh, my balls, dude.
So I opened it and there's just like clumps of pulp at the top, and I was like, huh. Like, why does it all go to the top? I mean, obviously, I'm not an idiot. I knew why it fucking went to the top. For a bit, we carried this shit on and we called like tons of people. I called Taylor in the middle of the night. It was like 2 a.m. And like they were calling all their friends. And people
that
were
what-
answering
is
and
it-
they were genuinely trying
That's why
to
I
give
called
us
you, yeah.
answers. So I got on the Discord politics server and I went into a bunch of different chats and I would interrupt everybody's conversation about religion or philosophy and I'd be like, hey,
They would be in heated arguments too.
We actually, like, in an entire chat, they were getting so ungodly mad at each other, and then Thorpe goes, why is the pulp rise in the orange juice?
And I would
And they
tell
actually
them-
all laughed, and then they were, like, calm after that. We
Really?
actually calmed a whole conversation.
I would tell them my story. I'm like, I walked in and there was pulp at the top. And I'm like,
He's like,
and then I would ask, like, are there any side effects to drinking clumps of pulp or just eating clumps of
Some
pulp?
guy said you'd shit sideways.
and so then the meme was, well, I shit sideways. Some other dude told me I would.
It was actually kind of beautiful in a way because Anthony's dumb orange juice bit, I'm not joking, for like 2 or 3 minutes would turn every political conversation on its head for a second. And everybody would be nice and be like, oh yeah, let me find an answer. They'd Google shit, they'd talk, they'd discuss why the pulp rises, and then it would just go flip right up at some guys. Let's talk about why the Jews were wrong. And like, just like
Yeah.
it would get really aggressive, and then Anthony'd be like, he would like, thank you for your time, and they'd go, yeah, no problem, man. And then they go right back to arguing. Like, it was really strange.
My favorite was when the guy was like, every time you say God, could you say amen after? And the guy's like, yeah, God, amen. And I was like, oh, speaking of God, amen, did you know that he died in the 143rd floor of the second tower, 9/11?
We stumbled into this chat. It was called like E-Girl Haven. And there was a ton of people online in this chat. I think there were like 30,000 people in this server. So I get into this little chat room with 2 other people. It's this girl and this one guy, and they're talking. So I get in there, and I'm like, I ask them this question, and we kind of like hit it off. We become good friends.
Barely on, damn
and
it.
it turns out the dude was studying to be an electrical engineer, which Luke is, and the girl was studying to be a nurse, who Jonathan is. So I told them I was 14 years old, and then we were solving differential equations, and they're like, "There's no way you're 14." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm 14." And we solved differential equations, and then we would answer nursing questions.
My favorite part is this guy's like, "There's no way you can do this without a pen and paper," and I gave the answer as soon as he said the question. I was like, "It's 1." I was like,
"Oh my god!" Yes.
For some reason, out of everything we said, we told the one girl at the very end, we're like, he'll never believe you, but like we're actually an electrical engineer and a nurse, and we're his friends. We were giving him all the answers. He'll never believe you. She's like, "Yeah, but I still don't believe you don't have a fax machine."
We were telling her all night we had a fax machine.
all night. And I would just like at random points in conversation, I would play a fax machine noise on my phone and have it go through like that, just in the middle of the conversation. And that was the only thing she didn't believe. The only thing out of everything we said, she could not believe we had a fax machine, which was the only lie.
It was just kind of crazy. The odds of finding 2 people who happen to have the same majors as these 2, who were just feeding the answers.
That's interesting.
I was like, that is just perfect. It was a good time.
That's just good fun, you know. That's just get on Discord and talk with strangers
after
just about stupid shit like pulp and
yeah.
oranges.
So that guy, like, he was saying equations and shit, and then like even though nobody gave a fuck, he would go into like 10-minute exposition about how the problem is solved and shit, like, and just really milking that he's like, "I know what I'm doing." And at the end, he asked, because Anthony kept, like, quote, solving all of his equations really fast. And the guy was like, "No way you're 14. Fuck, what do you do?" And then Luke was like, "I'm an electrical engineer." Like, he said, just tell him that. And Anthony did. And the dude went, "Oh, my God, I'm such a fucking idiot. I've been teaching math to an engineer."
No, he did.
And then Anthony's like,
me?
and then Anthony was like, "Yeah, well, I mean, I have a hard question for you. I don't think you can answer." And then dude's like, "Oh yeah, what is it? Hit me with that." I said, "He's like, what's 8 times 8?"
The dude, he was like, he just scoffed at it. He never answered. And I would always bring that up. I'm like, "You still haven't answered my question."
He kind of did bring it up later, because he's like, "I'm not too good at my multiplication tables."
And I was like, "That's cool, dude. There's things people aren't good at." It was just a good fun night.
And then he's like, "Oh, here, I'll write out the equation for you and I'll put it in chat." So we went to Paint, put 8 times 8 in Paint, screenshot it and posted it in the chat. The dude got mad.
That sounds like a fun time.
It was a good
Sounds
time.
like a fun time.
It was really funny.
It was a good one.
Not as funny as My Hero Academia fans. Fuck them.
It's just aggressive.
Get a sense of taste, you stupid fucking
Or as funny as the noise my asshole makes after devouring a hungry man. Please
when
sponsor
Sencho
us.
actually marries me and I cry from joy.
And then she puts her finger in your dick hole.
Is that before or after she steps on my ball? Or kicks me in the fucking dick, sorry.
Dude, Anthony's face was just gold. He's like,
I cringed a little bit, actually, too.
I'm sorry. The thought of it just hurts me.
Well, it would hurt a lot, I
It
imagine.
would hurt a lot, actually.
Does she have sharp nails?
I'm sure of it.
That's going to be rough.
Yeah, I'm sure she does, dude. I've seen what she looks like.
She's a pirate.
Yeah, you
She's a
see her.
pirate. She has a hook for her hand.
She's a pirate.
Oh, dude, the hook hand. Put that in your
She
dick.
doesn't have a hook.
She might.
She does not.
She does
I'm
not.
saying, what if she wore one?
The
I'm not saying
first,
she does, but she
the
wore
first
one.
amputee VTuber.
What a weird kink you'd have to have a girl wear a hook.
Yeah.
Hey, can you sound me with your hook?
Oh, Jesus
Yorg,
Christ.
I've been needing some hook cock.
Yarg, there be a hook in my urethra.
Okay,
What if it's not like a hook? It's like a fishing hook, so it has the barb on the back, so you can't pull it out.
Dude.
Just push it through further.
It'll eventually come out the other side.
Yeah.
I can't.
Dude, then you would piss out of 2 different holes.
Double piss.
Whoa, dude, I went to piss like 2 days ago. And I swear to God, I pissed 4 separate streams. like it split into fourths, and it just went all over the place.
You ever pissed like a fan before?
Yeah, but no, dude, like I pissed like 4 separate streams. But like one stream got in the toilet and the others 3 went like onto the seat, the floor, the wall. Like I had to clean piss off of everything. and I was midstream, right? And so I couldn't cut it off because that's uncomfortable. And so like I forced it a little harder to see if I could break up the 3, like if I could force the streams back together. And after like a good 5-6 seconds of pissing on everything else, I finally got it down and I pissed in the water.
I can imagine like just when you first start pissing, you see that happen, like when you see it happen, you're like, oh, that's unfortunate. And you just let destruction go on.
Dude, I'm not kidding. I pissed on the floor for like 5 seconds.
Are you a hard like water piss, or you piss on the bowl to make it quieter?
Bowl.
I'm a bowl guy.
I'm a bowl.
It depends on where I'm at though. Like if I need to assert my dominance, I will piss as hard as I can.
Public, like at a public restaurant.
Yeah, I do it like
in the deepest part of the bowl.
You
I try
aim
to get that
for
depth
it.
to sound.
You want it to
It's not just
because then you get a nice echo too, because you're in a public bathroom. Those are echo chambers.
Have you ever, I don't know, I kind of felt like I'm fulfilling some prophecy when I turned like 30 or whatever. But I was pissing in a urinal at the movie theater, and there was like these kids next to me, like in the urinals beside me, and I was just like pissing, and then I just shit my fucking pants, like farted so loud, so I was like, and then I like farted, and then I went, like just like that, like I grunted, and I was like,
dude, I fucking hate when old guys do that.
That's exactly what I felt like.
I hate that.
I hate it too. It's fucking
like,
it's
yeah,
bad.
they're just sitting there like, nah, and then they fucking shit, and I'm like, do you have decency, you old bag? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
They fart, and there's always like a afterwards.
It's fucking gross.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
But I
I'm
did
not
it, and I was immediately like, oh, that was so bad.
Yeah.
I felt so bad for the kids.
It's so gross.
Because they're like, they're like belly button levels, so God knows it's going to waft right into their noses.
Man, fuck them kids.
All right, well, with that, we'll end that image in our viewers' heads for the day.
Is that what we're ending?
That's what we're ending on.
Good.
All right, guys,
All right.
we'll see you next week at 66, right? Today's
Yes.
65.
Today's 65.
Fuck, 3 episodes away from 69. We'll see.